I'm going to bring up my bracket really quick. And okay, this is another losers round game. We have StaticQuill versus Mason, with Mason being the high seed. So I'm going to enter all that information in now, get everything ready. I'm going to reset the bands. While we're waiting, Realm, what do you think of this upcoming match here?
Hard to say. I mean, they both played. I mean, the people they played against, Static had a stronger opponent because Segfed already won against Fun Guy. But Static only got one game of Segfed and Mason got 2 games of Fun Guy. So we will see how this plays out. But I'm also expecting like close games like we saw.
Yes, those are really good games last game. Kudos to both those players. Mason is the high seed, I said, yes?
Yes.
All right, so we have high seed Masonator versus low seed Static. And I know that they've been waiting for a little while, so I'm going to get right into the draft. So Static has the first map ban.
Personally, I hope that Mason is gonna win because
Very quickly, Realm, I have to run to the bathroom. You talk and you continue having them banned and then do the pick. I'll be right back.
Okay. Yeah. Static. Mason has a second ban. You cannot not ban a map. You have to ban a map. Mason has to ban. You can't just not ban a map. Static is the low seed, then Tween.
Okay, I'm back just in time to see. Okay, let's see. We had Naboo banned, and then Dantooine. I see he was trying to choose not to ban a map, which I guess is allowed, but
doesn't work.
It's nice that you encourage the ban.
And another Cuarson ban.
Not seeing any Cuarson today. So low seed of Static gets the first map pick. Classic Geonosis. All right, I'm not going to rehost this lobby because it's only been open for a second. Then it didn't seem to help last time at all. So we are our first map pick here. We're going to see Geonosis again.
And the Empire pick.
Will anybody pick Rebellion tonight? Yes, Laney, this is a double feature. All right, everyone's going to get their factions picked, and we're going to get right into the game. So for you, those of you just joining us, this is a double feature. We just finished up Falcon and Dino, with Falcon winning a 3-0, and now we're moving on to Mason versus StaticQuill. This is their first game. All right, let me fix the overlay. Haha, almost forgot. Okay.
Mason
Yeah.
ignoring his base mine.
Interesting. Is he going to call a redo? No, this was intentional. This was not a mistake because those X-wing. Is he trying something new here? Is he did he do that?
Is
So
he building both mid-mines while
he's
the rebel
ignoring his
ignores
base
it?
mine. Oh, I bet he's gonna build turret in both mines. Oh, but
Yeah, but
it seems like he's late.
now he has to build it.
He's late. Is he not late on building these mines?
He should have built them. Yeah,
Oh
one.
yeah,
Okay,
I
okay.
think.
It's a bit late.
Mhm.
And the rebel built the Empire base mine.
Oh no! Oh
But
no!
the station can attack it.
Well, he might have not known that. I think sometimes we see mistakes that for us it's like a why would you do that? But if you look at it through the lens of he sees the Empire made a mistake, let's punish him for it, then I think that was the right line of thinking. It just comes to knowing like the game a little better. Mason, I think you could have done your strategy and killed the rebel base mine. That would have been pretty nice.
I think he's waiting to build a...
Is it only the missile launcher that can hit that?
Yes.
Okay, Rebels have caught on to Empire in the middle here. Empire also does not have the engine upgrade, so this will be very tough for... Not very tough, but like it'll be... It's more difficult to defend without the engine upgrade.
Now it's a fight in the middle.
This is giving me deja vu here.
Also ignoring the mine.
How long has that mine been up? Not enough to pay for itself, but... It's long enough to reset the timer for the Empire player.
Oh, he built both laser turrets in the middle.
Mm-hmm. Which don't get to really do anything for this dogfight. So that's 1950 in credits. Oh! Ooh, it's starting to pay for itself. At 875 apiece, he has 1950, not 1950, 1750 wrapped up.
And another shot. Oh.
Oh man, oh man. Oh man, get the hyperspace damage.
Oh,
Oh man. But yeah, 1750 is a lot. Oh man. He's building both turrets but not the mine. Don't stop at just the turrets, build the mine too. Because again, this is a lot of money sitting down here doing nothing. Rebels have a lot of X-Wings, though. Empire is building the base mine. Oh! Rebellion players realizing, oh, yeah. I need to build that. Good. Yeah.
Empire going for the paradox. Rebel building the mine.
Good. I think they should have done it a little sooner. Oh, they didn't have the money anyways, so... I mean, I guess in the grand scheme of things, that didn't take any extra time off. Empire has no fighters on the field now. I mean, if Rebels could manage to get rid of these mines, which they easily could with that many X-Wings... Ooh, it's a lot of TIE fighters.
That's... getting more and more.
I mean, he's had 2 mines a lot of the game, and then now he's the 3rd with a mine upgrade. I think if Rebel player just bopped these mines before those came in, that would have been much different. Because that was a lot of X-Wings. I mean, the X-Wings... Oh, there's IPV.
Oh,
now they're hitting the mine. I think he should have done it much sooner.
Now it's...
Oh, and there's bombers. The return of bombers.
Yeah, the IPV is doing a lot of work on those. Oh, a second one. Yeah,
is he trying to replicate the Laney strat?
He wiped out all of them.
Interesting. So we've had this kind of standoff at mid. Oh man. Goodbye. Where'd they go? Oh, that's all the X-Wings. So Rebellion does have 2 mines, but Empire has mid on lockdown. They have 2 laser turrets. They have 2 IPVs. They have 6 TIE fighters. They have reserve fighters kind of hanging out back here, smoking weed. They have base mine. X-Wing going north.
That actually turned around pretty fast. Those IPV did a lot of work.
So I think, like last time, it comes down to decision making. There was at one point, I believe, 8 or 9 X-Wings here with the firepower upgrade. They could have quickly popped either of those mines, probably both. There's only like 1 or 2 TIE fighters at the end. So I feel like this game was, at one point, very winnable for Rebellion. Especially with Empire not building their base mine, but
now Empire has to do something with this advantage. Right now he's just sitting in mid. But I mean, the rebel player is just warping in X-Wings to attack the turret, which basically does nothing.
Oh, Rebellion is hitting the Empire base mine though. Good, good. Hit their income. I can always get behind a base mine hit. Empire is responding with lots and lots and lots of bombers. Oh, Rebellion is bringing in X-Wings. Smart, smart, smart. They kill one. If that X-Wing squadron kills one squadron of bombers, it's already paid for itself. Meanwhile, Rebellion is continuing to hit that base mine up top.
But I think that the turret is doing a lot of work. Like killing all of those bombers.
Well, that's another byproduct of not microwing your bombers. One bomber down here in the corner. The missile turret would be a problem, but it could still probably get that mine. I don't know. I have to test that. Oh, they will not kill this rebel mine. That is a lot of bombers that just got killed. Meanwhile,
Was
Rebellion...
it like 4 bombers?
Yeah, it was 4. And the Rebellion is going to kill this Empire base mine, and Rebellion does have the double mine upgrade. So Rebellion did throw away an advantage earlier, but Empire just spent a lot of money down here. That was 2,200 credits and bombers just poof, gone. And what does Rebellion get out of it? They put some X-Wings down here. That was some money spent, but the X-Wings are still alive and still get to move around. Unless they go face check the turret.
Use of those IPVs.
And they're face checking the turret. Okay. Rebellion did end up killing that mine. Now all Empire has is the middle. Honestly. Oh boy, we're breaking out the big guns. We got a pirate interceptor here. And the torpedoes on it are hitting the mine! Look at that! Empire hits Tech 2 with a lot of credits. I just realized Empire actually has so many credits that our credit counting system isn't working.
Oh, a second frigate?
So that means Empire is sitting on... Oh, Empire at one point here. Oh, Empire just spent a lot of money. But before they hit Tech 2, Empire was sitting on over 10,000 credits.
It's the return of the pirate frigate.
Yeah. Well, considering Empire had an over 10,000 credit advantage, I think it's safe to say they're going to win this fight in the middle. Oh, we have an acclimator. Oh, but we have more pirates. Oh! Rebellion's hitting the mines! Yes! Yes! They're doing it! They're doing it! Vernie says Rebels never win. You know what, Vernie? Rebels is killing the mines. Rebels might win this. Can Empire manage to throw away a 10k credit lead? Empire... Okay, yeah, it took a second. Empire lost their mine upgrade. Their base mine's going up, but as of this moment, Empire has no credit income, while Rebellion has double mine upgrade. If Rebellion can get up to that base mine and pop it, like all they have to do is just wear out these acclimators. And that almost
on the other hand, the Empire player should just send one acclimator to the base mine and one to the bottom right.
Yeah. I mean, they had 10k credit advantage. And
also, I don't know how far Static is into his tech, even if he's tagging or not.
Really, yeah, that's a good point. That could be the thing holding him back right now. Oh, there it is. It's Tech 2. He got his starting units back. He's taking the north route. I'm hoping that he hooks a right here. Bang a right here by the asteroid field. Yeah. Bang a right. Bang a right. Come on. Bang a right. No. Oh. I want to see him check this base mine.
Oh,
I want to see
two
you.
anti-mators on board right.
Oh. I don't know how they're going to fare here. Oh, did he send in the IPV to defend against the acclimators?
Yes.
Oh.
It did not work out that well, to say the least.
IPV would have been well spent here. Empire has both mines in the middle again. I saw a lot of nice things from the Rebel players.
Han
Static.
defending.
I saw many nice things on this map realm that I think Static was winning at least one point. I think Empire did not have a great plan on this map, and I think with like a couple more games, Static could have easily punished the Empire player. All right, there is a Nebulon coming in the bottom.
I mean,
here.
you could also argue that Mason's strat caught him off guard at the beginning with no base mine and building both in the middle.
Mm-hmm. But again, it just comes down to Static not knowing what to do. Static responded with building the Empire base mine, probably not knowing that it could shoot at it. So, like, there's the thought process there for, like, trying to counter what the other player's doing on the map.
That Nebula's.
Yep, the Nebula's putting in work, but Empire, once again, is up to 3 mines. They have the first round of their supply dock upgrade. That's supply dock upgrade. Supply upgrade, increased supplies. They got the crates. They bought the loot boxes. Are they going to buy even more loot boxes? Tune in like 30 seconds to see 40% increased chance of RNG. Will he get the skinnies after?
The bomber's doing a lot of work on that Nebula. Now it's mostly up to Mason to send some units to Rebel base mine to have complete control.
He has double acclimator sitting in the middle, not doing a whole lot. He has 2 TIE fighters on his base mine. He has... Oh, there it is. He has an IPV sitting in the mid. Do IPVs never regen their shields?
He has power to shields on. That's why.
No.
Yes. Power to shields.
Power to weapons.
IPV. Yes.
Yeah.
Not power to weapons, not power to shields.
Gotcha. Is there not a visual indicator for that in VAW?
I guess for the player it is, but not for the spectators.
Because I thought I saw the acclimators. That's something we need to look into.
I think I did.
Maybe not.
Okay, now he's heading out for the base mine.
I'm sure I'll get a Laney response on the IPV thing within a couple minutes here. Alright, he's heading out for the base mine, so this game will end with Mason taking the first one in this best of 5. This looks like an Empire win on Geonosis. Let's start thinking ahead for the next game realm. We're going to have Mason picking the next map. Do you think he's going to pick Geonosis and play Geonosis back-to-back?
I think he's trying another map.
Okay. We'll see. I'm going to put my money on Geonosis. I think that he feels confident with what he did here, and I'd imagine that he's confident that he could do it again as the Rebellion. Like, he seems to have played this map a little. So, look at these acclimators, look at these IPVs, look at these bombers sitting there. Keep hanging out.
Has the general outline on what to do. But as a more newer player, he still has some things.
And that just comes with like playing the game, knowing things like, okay, there's the GG. Okay, I'm gonna try letting everyone else leave first. Maybe that will make my name stick with me, like lobby name. Perfect. Because I think that me leaving the game every time and the game not finishing is what keeps resetting the lobby name. Let's see if it worked. Nope, it just keeps defaulting Thrawn versus Man. That's okay, though. This is not Falcon anymore. This is Mason versus Static. Okie dokie. Let's update the score. So we had the high seed come out with the first victory on Geonosis. Now it is Mason's turn to pick the map. And Realm thinks we're going to see a different map. I really think we're going to see Geo again. Laney is answering my question in the chat. He says acclimators have a red particle effect, same as Tartans. IPVs didn't get that love from Petro. On the contrary, they don't even have bump map on their texture. Interesting.
I mean,
go ahead.
The acclimators only glow red. They don't have like an icon above them.
Right. It's the red flashing, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, Nebulas also don't have like a shield symbol above the scene.
Oh! We are getting the
right.
back-to-back Geonosis!
I bow my head to Cuarson.
All right, we are getting the back-to-back Geonosis. The question is, Static does pick Empire. Yep. Okie dokie. Here we are, Game 2. This is our third game of Geonosis that we've seen tonight. So, I'm happy. Geonosis is a fun map to watch. It's pretty balanced. Here we go. We're starting the game. Okie dokie. Game 2, Geonosis again. We have, once again, Mason keeping his starting units together. He's flying by his base mine. Is he going to call? Oh, nope. I don't think he's going to call redo. I said the same thing last time. I think that is his strat. Empire, meanwhile, is building their mine.
Empire completely ignoring middle.
Oh, man.
Like
I feel like
the complete opposite of what Mason
no. He's going. Empire needs to build mid. If Empire builds mid, they just win this game. I really believe that right now. Rebellion is hard committing, building all three objectives spot side. I don't know if I'd really call turrets an objective. Let's say all buildables. Ooh.
Oh, he also went for the shield upgrade.
Empire's building both mines here. And Empire is attacking the mine. Oh. Come on, Static. Kill it. Kill the mine. Get it. Hit the mine. Hit the mine.
Mason is also probably gonna build his basement soon.
Oh, yeah, but Empire... Whoa, man. He knows that he's building the bot right. That's good. He might not be able to kill it right this second, which I don't know why. I don't know where all his units are. Is Empire attacking?
I don't think he is.
He has no money.
He is whopping in a lot of
he's defending. He's hard committing to defending. Which is okay, but you have to kill this base mine. Oh, he's going for it. Go for the base mine. Oh, nope, he's going for the turret.
He is waiting.
Mason, when you watch this after the game, this not building the base mine thing works against people. Like, it works against people like this. Because he just, Static just doesn't know better. But if you try that against any seasoned player, and they see you build your base mine, and they know that they have both mines in the mid, that means all I have to do is just drop TIE fighters down here until you lose the game. So that's not a strategy that I would recommend continuing to do.
Static is quite doing the same as Mason last game. They're both building the laser turrets.
I think we're going to see Tech 2 very soon from Static. Oh, is he going for the base mine?
Right now it seems he's more going for the pirate dog.
No. Empire's going for the base mine.
Empire, yeah, but Rebel is going for station, pirate station.
This makes me happy. Against a seasoned player, this game would have been over. Alright, Rebellion is trying to defend their base mine. Empire, you have to hard commit. Oh! Empire brings in the IPV! Oh, this is getting good. I'm seeing good things from Static here, Realm. Honestly, I think Static is playing Geonosis a little better than Rex right now. Oh, we got some
That's the
IPV
counter
on
IPV.
IPV action.
Are we gonna see a pirate frigate again?
Oh man, get these TIE fighters. Oh, more
And a
IPVs!
second.
We have an IPV hitting the mine, an IPV hitting that IPV, and the IPV hitting the IPV that's hitting the IPV hitting the mine. This is what peak EAW looks like, ladies and gentlemen. There's IPVs everywhere. Lady, I hope you're awake and watching this. Alright. All Rebellion has going for them now is the bot right mine. They wrapped up a lot of their income into these two turrets. That's 1750 on those two turrets at the beginning of the game. They also only have single money upgrade. So Empire has been sitting on 3 mines this entire game
Empire
with a
has
40% boost. Yeah, Empire's just rolling in dough. Empire's doing the smart thing, making Rebellion spend their money defending their own base mine, making Rebellion not have an income. This should be Mason's game. Not Mason's game. Static's game, as long as he gets rid of this base mine. Base mine. Bottom right mine. Tech 2, question mark? Okay. Empire's going up top.
Mason should be taking now already, and Static probably too. Otherwise, they're just fine. Oh, there's a bomber, but it's already gone. No.
Yep. So I think Rebellion's going to really quickly rebuild their base mine. Empire, I really hope that tech's coming out. You're nearing 10k credits. There's no reason to not have teched with this kind of a lead. You're warping in more TIE fighters up top. Oh, we're putting 4 fighters to go contest the pirate dock. Pirate dock is not a win condition. Killing your enemy's mines is a win condition. We have Rebellion base mine going up again. So, from Static's perspective, he knows that the Rebellion has his bot right mine. Meanwhile, he's at 10k credits. Rebellion has nothing. They spent everything they had just to rebuild their base mine.
Enemy space station has been
Empire is Tech 2. Okay, Static, you have to build anything to kill these mines, really. You could, honestly, with this one down here, TIE Scout, Tartan, pop it. Those are laser turrets, so if you drop it in the... Oh, can you drop in the corner with the reworked... I don't know if post-patch if you can drop in that corner with a TIE Scout. I'll have to check that.
Depending on how...
No, I saw TIE Fighters warp in their last game. Yeah. So, Empire's Tech 2...
The TIE Bombers were like warped in a little bit above the edge of the map.
I'm gonna watch Rebellion income. Rebellion just...
and the TIEs are coming. The TIEs are coming.
Rebellion is not teching 2 yet. I'm watching their income, and they're buying more X-Wings, it looks like. Oh, Boba Fett? Oh, he warped him in too far back. That's okay. That's okay. Boba Fett's still here. Still no Tech 2 from Rebellion. Okay. Boba Fett's getting in there. He left his little love letter. Everything died but the bomber. Nice. Now go kill this base mine. Do it. Do it. I think the Rebel player's teching up to 2 now. We have the Acclamator coming in. That's great. Let the Acclamator kill the base mine. Move Boba Fett over to the right. You gotta knock out that turret on the right. That mine.
Yeah, but he's going for the base mine now.
Yep. Okay, he's gonna get rid of it quickly. That's good. One thing I like about what Static's doing here, it's not perfect, right? He still hasn't attacked this bottom right mine, but one thing that he's been doing great is he's at least keeping the pressure on. He's not putting all his eggs in his basket and keeping a whole fleet in the middle. He is putting pressure on Rebels' income. Rebels have been having to spend a lot of money on killing the units at their mines, on rebuilding their mines. Meanwhile, Empire's held on to all 3 all game. If Empire keeps playing like this, putting on pressure on the map, he's going to win. And look, he's going to bot right. If he takes his bot right mine, game's over.
He's probably ready to warp in 2 Acclamators. Maybe even 3, and then the game is over.
All right, and Get the mine. Get the mine. Okay, Rebellion has their starting and stuff. So, Rebels hit Tech 2, and they have about 3,600 credits. They just spent about 26.
Yeah, but this is not gonna be enough to deal with the Empire.
If I'm the Rebel player right now, the only thing I can see on the map is the outline of my station where that sees, and my bot right, which just got destroyed. They have no other vision on the map. They don't have control of the pirate dock. They don't have the middle mines or the middle turrets or the Geonosis base mine. So, from the Rebel perspective, this game is won. I mean, lost.
The problem Mason had this game was he was just too focused on defending. He never went into the middle.
Think it's
never.
Yeah, it's just
and he also
his start. He needs to work on his start. At least on Rebellion. Empire start was wacky, but it worked in the long run. Empire has 10k credits. Rebellion has like 8,500. No, this is wrong. No. The Rebellion has a mine going up. I mean, I guess he's going to build a spot left. We have Tech 3! Tech 3 from the Empire player. He's basically just T-posing on the Rebellion player at this point. He needs to build this mine. He needs to go kill Oh, we have a GG. Tech 3 did him in. He knows there's no coming back. Okay, we are 1-1 now. That was a nice little upset we had. Okay. For those of you joining in, we are in the second match in our double feature tonight. We are in the losers bracket. We have Static versus Masonator. Currently, we have seen back-to-back games on Geonosis, both times with the faction pick player, both picking Empire, coming out victorious. So again, this is Static versus Masonator. Okay, going on to our third game. So now, who has the pick?
Static
has Matt pick. Perfect. I'm going to update the score. So now we are 1-1. Okie dokie. Going into game 3. Matt pick is Endor. That's the one that Realm thought we were going to see. And for faction pick, he's going to pick Empire. I'm calling it. I'm just going to type it in.
Most likely Empire.
Laney says in chat, the Tech 3 power move. Just waiting on Mason to pick the faction. Okay, yeah, he locked in, so I figured that was the case. I know that we jokingly said we know what he's picking. Okay, 1-1. Let's see who comes out on top. Okay, neither player has a great start here.
Mason going hard on middle, it seems.
Mason has been doing this thing every game where he keeps his starting units together and kind of sends them to the same place. I do not agree with the strategy, especially on maps like Endor where there's just so many areas on the map. It's not worth it to send both to one spot to try to capture two objectives, because really, if his goal here, I see what he's doing. Do you see this, Realm? He has one fighter on the turret, the other one on the mine. If he puts the fighter in the middle, it does the same thing, just like he's doing in the top left. Interesting. Rebellion did build this mine down here.
Rebel both build a basement with a laser turret.
Ooh, Empire is hard building mid though.
No.
That's the problem with this map.
Rebels built a missile turret.
Interesting.
I do prefer a laser turret on this one.
The only thing that really keeps Rebels in the game on this map, I think, is getting a turret in the early game. This middle nebula is an ion nebula, meaning anything in it has no shields. That's no bueno for X-Wings. They lose dogfights very easily in the middle. They can't get away quickly. They have no shields. They get bopped quick. So that's a problem that Empire is going to be setting up 2 turrets potentially and having that. But you know what? Kudos to the Empire player for also trying to kill this mine.
Yeah.
Rebellion will have 3 mines. Neither player has a mine upgrade despite having multiple mines.
And they don't have any upgrades.
Is he
Don't have
putting
a
on the
weapon.
pressure again? Okay, you need to warp something else in here, but you have the right idea, Static. Okay, Static is flying behind the mine. I don't think he can warp anything in up here, though, can he?
He can.
With a change?
That I'm not sure of.
Okay. Empire
I
has a lot of
do
TIE
know-
fighters. Rebellion has no units on the field.
Yeah.
I
mean,
okay,
the
now they have no
Empire
units on
player-
the field.
The Empire player also should fortify the middle, yes.
Well, he
Building
is.
another turret.
Letting Empire control mid is no bueno on this map. Empire has a lot of TIE fighters. If they just fly their TIE fighters to the east here, would you even use compass directions in space? Is that technically correct, me saying east? I don't know. Doesn't matter. If Empire was to go knock out some mines, this game's won. Oh, maybe he heard me. There he goes.
Rebels now with the mine and the laser upgrade.
Which is good. Which is good. The mine upgrade very quickly pays for itself. It's less than a minute, I think.
Yeah, with 2 mines, it's basically just takes like half a minute or something. I don't know.
Interesting. Empire's dogfighting in range of the missile turret, in a range of the station. And Rebellion has starting units, and Rebellion has fighters. Empire can easily build a spot left mine, which they do. Empire has 3 turrets in mid. Having 3 laser turrets in mid with the mid mine since the beginning means that this mine is going to be impossible for Rebellion to crack open at this point in the game because they just don't have a blob of X-Wings to deal with that. Anything comes in here, it's going to get bopped. I think we're going to see both teams hitting Tech 2 this game, though. In fact, I'd assume that the Rebellion player is almost Tech 2. Or, rather, with soon to be. They've spent a lot of money.
Rebels still warping in X-Wings. But I don't think I've seen the Empire player warp in something new.
Oh, we'll be Empire Tech 2 soon then.
Now he decides to go for the baseline, but all his X-Wings, all his TIEs are gonna die.
He does have 3 mines, though, but he doesn't have any mine upgrades.
Oh, bombers. Bombers join the fray.
Okay. Does he micro the bombers? Nope. Ooh. Again, if you micro the bombers, they're over twice as efficient.
I mean, stay positive, at least they're not dogfighting.
Yep, that's good. But if with the 2 bombers, that mine would already be dead if they were microed. So that's the difference we're talking. Like, that's game-changing if he manages to kill a mine here. But it looks like it's going to kill the mine anyways.
Yeah, this is enough. This is enough.
Okay, that mine's down. That only leaves 1 to go. Empire holds mid with all 3 turrets. He holds top left with his turret. He holds bot left. He threw away a lot of fighters trying to kill that base mine. But he warped in 2 bombers. He did the will thing, took it out. Nice. All he has to do is either kill this mine or just honestly kill the enemy station. But he's not Tech 2 yet.
He's warping in more ties for the right. Does he want to keep dogfighting, or does he just want to keep vision of the mine somehow?
Well, he could keep vision by moving down here.
I don't. Yep, probably.
Yep.
But
even
still,
if he's all right, he might not be able to have perfect vision with the missile turret, but at least you can't keep just endlessly warping in fighters here. That's the Rebellion hitting Tech 2 before Empire. Empire just bought the tech upgrade. I watched their credits dip. So they're responding to the Rebel tech, but the Rebel tech's not going to matter because Rebels don't have the money to really do anything with it.
I mean, he probably has like a Han or a Corvette. I mean, if he built a Han, he could like.
There's the Corvette coming into his base mine.
The both left mines with the Han.
He's choosing to defend rather than attack. Okay, things are kind of lulling out here. We have Empire attacking to 2 with his 3 mines, so he has a 2-mine advantage with the double income upgrade, but both teams have double income upgrades. Rebellion managed to force Empire off their dead base mine. They're going to rebuild it, and he has his Corvette coming over here to attack the Empire mine. Not a lot Empire can do about that right now because they're in the middle of tech, but look at the credits. When Empire comes out of tech, they're going to have over 7k credits. So Rebellion really needs to do some damage quickly, but oh, Rebellion did not build that mine. Okay, we have Han and the Corvette doubling down on this bottom mine. Yeah, Rebellion did not rebuild their mine. I think that's a mistake.
Well, he probably forgot to build it.
Okay, where's Rebellion going to go next with these 3 units? If that Nebulon flies into the middle and loses its shields, that'll be very bad.
It's good for the middle.
But I think it could clear a turret using its power to shields, especially because the turret doesn't have anything. Okay, Rebellion is going over to build their mine. Empire should be teching up with almost 10k credits. That tech is gotta be close.
Yeah, the Han's gonna eat a lot of damage if he...
I wasn't watching. Did Empire cancel their tech at some point and reset it? Nope, there it is. Okay, Empire's tech 2, and they're immediately spending money, question mark? Not spending money yet. Okay, Empire spent about 10,000 credits, 9,000 credits in whatever on tech 2. Rebellion player is clearing the map though. Empire had a lead for quite a while and they didn't tech. The Senate is requesting space pizza now that he's tech 2. Hopefully we'll see that space pizza.
Nebula.
Yeah, Nebulons do not belong in nebulas.
Oh, and the acclamator from behind.
Ouch.
This
nebula is not your friend. Empire gonna very quickly rebuild bot left, very smart. Not wasting any time on rebuilding those mines. That makes a big difference, especially when he sees that rebels are caught up in the middle. Yeah, that's really not great for the ships in here. Because these ships on the outside are just beating them up, taking advantage of them not having shields. Build this mine, damn it. Good. He listened to me.
Meanwhile, Han is also taking a lot of damage in the nebula.
Rebellion had a good thing going. I mean, I don't think it was good enough to turn around a 10k credit deficit, but you know, he was doing stuff. Oh, that's a really ballsy move here in the middle. He's putting up the turret while there's an acclamator staring at it. Literally pointed right at it. Okay. Bottom left mine going up from Empire. It's about to finish. Both teams still have their double mine upgrade. Both teams have 2 mines. Rebellion did manage to clear this middle out, and they managed to delay the inevitable a bit longer, but I don't know. The income is even.
Is Han gonna survive? Yeah. Okay, he's not flying into the nebula.
Empire has more units on the field. By that, I mean they have an acclamator and a boba. But hyperspace damage. The Nebulon. Nebulon didn't use power to shields. Nebulon took hyperspace damage. The Han died. That's very bad for static.
And the the Nebula's also not gonna get a mine. Gonna get it really fast. Yeah.
Reminder that the loser of this match is out of the tournament. So I think that this is leaning towards Empire still. Empire is rebuilding their fortress in the middle. Empire, again, has a lot. He has more than he's showing us, because when he hit Tech 2, he did spend about 9,000 credits. We're only accounting for like 6,000 credits worth of that, looking at the map. So, Empire has more stuff. He's not just dropping it all in one place, which is good. Okay, we have A-Wings. We have a Nebulon attacking the bottom left mine. Good, good. Keep that pressure on him. But we also have 2 Acclimators warping in to hit the Rebellion base mine. Personally, I think one would have done the trick, and the other one could have went there. But you know what? Maybe he figures his Boba could escort the Acclimator across the dangerous north side of the map here to take out that top one. Okay, there goes that Rebellion base mine. Very slowly, this escort squad is going in to take out the top right mine. Rebellion does have a full health Nebulon, which is currently path towards... Okay. It's pointing to the right. Okay. Nebulon's going to come try to ass blast these Acclimators. Ooh. Ooh, we have another Nebulon coming into its station here. We do have Empire very quickly destroying that mine in the top right, which effectively, just now, removes all Rebellion income from mines. It knocks out their 750 credits that they invested in the supply upgrade. They do not pass go. They did not collect $200. And effectively, they've just lost the game.
Our bot is just a big fight of Acclimators against Nebulas. More Acclimators.
I think Rebellion's trying to build this mine. I think they're going to get caught, but I like it. Meanwhile, we have the bomber from the Acclimator hitting that turbo laser, showing him who's boss. We have battle cam, because I'm running out of things to say. Whoa. 2006 cinematics. Let's go. We have concession from Static, bringing this up to a 2-1 in favor of High Seed Mason. Rehosting. Static versus Masonator. And we have our overlay back. That was a good game. Not as good as the other ones. I think that we've seen better from both players.
Yeah, that was more or less like a standoff, and then they got to tier 2 and started attacking. I mean, I think what they also did in the other 2 games, they were like kind of waiting to get to Tech 2, and then they started attacking the mines.
Okay, he tried to pick a banned map. Bad. Don't do that. Don't pick bad maps. Do you think he'll do back-to-back Endor? Wouldn't that be something? Oh! He's doing back-to-back Endor! 4 games, 2 maps. Let's go.
I think this is gonna be a 2-2 because Static's gonna pick Empire.
They're doing the same thing they did last time. Same map, different faction. I am hyped for this. Okay, let's see who throws first. The real reason I like this is because I know I don't have to look and see if the factions are right. I just have to click one button.
They are both red. They're
both red!
Oh,
let's go! Let's go, we're rehosting. As hype as that would be, I don't want to get yelled at by Laney. They left the game, right?
Yeah. I also told them to rehost the game. The game. They're both read the game.
Yeah. Laney would scold me. Ah ha ha, he's gonna be pink like you. Whatever. Be a wise ass. Hope you lose the game, you little shit. Oh, wait. I'm just getting the message to rehost just now. What? That's wacky. I've never seen that before. I got a message that you typed last game, but I got it this game. Oh, they just got it too?
What?
What is going on here? My game is just frozen. No box, no anything. Yo. What is even happening right now?
Everyone is typing what? We finally broke the game.
Oh, man.
Wait, I wanna see how I typed rehouse on the.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. Your message from the previous game came through this game. I don't have an explanation for that. That's lasagna. Forget the spaghetti code. That's just straight layers, and layers of cheese. All right. Let's get this bread, Finchy. Okay. Will Realm break the game this time too? All right. There's no Realm telling people to rehost. Okay, Masonator's doing his classic I'm sending two fighters to the same place shenanigans. StaticQuill. Nice. I like your start. You're going for the mid. You're going for your top. Please build it on time. Please build it. Oh, very quick build. Static. That was good. I think you should build that turret. You didn't, though.
Going for the
That's fine. Oh, Rebellion is building their turret. That's fine. Okay, start from both players. But Rebellion having no income?
I mean, Mason is doing the I'm warping in my unit and building my basement like this.
I don't like that.
Yeah, me neither. Especially
There's another player that likes to do that, and he hasn't had much success with it either.
Yeah, especially on Rebels, I don't like it because
Oh, he's gonna try to
the
build that
first
turret.
X-wing just takes so long to be built. And
Good,
I mean,
good.
it's
Build this. You need to build this.
on Empire. But
Okay, Empire is building their mine in the middle. If the Rebellion player notices this quick enough, they can just tell their turret to hit it. Oh, the Rebel player is not noticing. And now they are past the point of being able to kill it. And Empire is focusing their TIE fighters on that turret. Empire, build your mine. For the love of God, build it.
He's still... No, okay, he didn't turn for the turret.
Build the mine, damn it! Okay, turret in the middle is done. Hit, now, make your turret hit their turret. Make your turret hit their turret.
Turning,
It's oh! It thought about it. Oh!
It's going for the X-wings.
You know what? I'll take it. Good. He built this mine. I think he could have built that much sooner than he did. It could have been done by now. He wouldn't have to worry about these X-wings coming in if he had built it.
He did not have the credits.
Oh, he overspat. Yeah. I would have rather him built the bottom mine than building the turret in the middle. Oh, the X-wings turned around though. Oh no, they're missing the double damage. Rebellion is going in to build their mine in the top right. We have the turret in the middle. We have Empire winning the dogfight in the middle. We have Empire with their second mine coming up before the Rebellion second mine comes up. Empire Hard wins middle. Empire has starting units. Rebellion doubling down on killing this mine.
Mason going for the Empire mine, though. That's
Oh!
good.
Empire wins the middle. Empire's going to stop their mine from dying. I can get behind this. I think that's fine. As long as when he cleans this up, that he moves over and kills the other mines, I think that's fine.
Okay, he's keeping the ties busy with one of them dogfighting, the other one attacking. But he's not using the S-Force to be faster after he did the damage. He turns around.
So Empire does have 3 mines. Empire does have money upgrade. They have the engine upgrade. They have another turret. That's very good for Empire on this map to have those turrets. Empire does save their bot left mine. These X-Wings will not be able to kill it.
Unless he warps in more squadrons, but
Empire,
it does not look
all
that
you
way.
need to do at this point is kill the other 2 mines. Honestly, you could tech up. Tech up right now if you need to.
Yeah, but Mason is somehow fighting middle still.
It doesn't matter. He's not killing the mine. He's wasting his money. Oh, Empire's putting up their 3rd laser turret in the middle. Well, I shouldn't say 3rd laser turret. 3rd turret, because this other one is missile. Which is honestly smart. Because Mason's been trying to drag TIE fighters out to fight on the edge here, outside of the INLA, but the missile turret hits him.
He should have used the X-Wing to kill the bot left mine instead.
Yeah. I was thinking the missile turret was smart.
He was pretty close. It was red health, so he almost got it.
Okay, Empire moving up to build their turret on their mine instead of going to this mine up top. I think that's a mistake. I think he needs to get a unit in that top right. X-Wings coming in to finish off that bottom left mine. This is why it's very important for Empire not to screw up their lead and to keep pushing it. They have to push the other mines on the map. Because now they're going to be down to split mines even again. He might have the turrets that will obviously hold rebels at bay for a long time. But while he has 3 turrets in mid, this TIE fighter cloud could easily go up to the obviously built top right mine. It doesn't have a turret defending it. Station can't really defend it that well. Don't be chasing X-Wings like this. This is not smart.
He's trying to hunt down the X-Wings. Mason is doing a good job with those X-Wings.
Yeah.
I mean, right now he probably should be taking because he won't get the middle mine. The middle mine is just...
Empire hits tech 2. And he's going to rebuild this mine. That's one thing that I've been seeing Static consistently do, and one thing I like is that he's rebuilding his mines, at least this game, quicker. And yes, Laney, you were right. The Empire Tech 2 was incoming.
Yep, the mine is built, bot left. I think Mason is going bot left with his starting units. But top is losing all his X-Wings to Boba.
Bomb. Bomb. Alright, now mine. Please, mine. Okay, rebuild your mine. Ooh, this is going to be a 2-2. We're going to have to go to the final game, I think. I don't think Rebels can manage to come... Oh, more X-Wings, maybe? Maybe they can. Rebels and Tech 2, though. Both teams do have the double money upgrade.
Rebels need Tech 2 at this point.
Right. I mean, Rebellion's doing a great job with their X-Wings of killing the enemy mines. There's no doubt that they're killing the enemy mines. The problem is they're not going to be able to deal with this. And Static isn't making mistakes this game, like not rebuilding his mine. Like, he's just rebuilding it. He's killing this mine up top. Rebellion is going to get this mine in the bottom left. But there is a Tartan doing a lot of damage to these X-Wings. Would the Tartan be better spent killing this mine? I would say yes.
I'd say yes.
Empire... Oh, there's an Acclimator that was warping to the top right as well. I feel like that was a waste. The Acclimator could have easily been on the bottom right. But again,
yeah.
Empire can afford to make these mistakes right now. Rebellion is sitting on a lot of money. Rebellion Tech 2 should be imminent. They're at nearly 7k credits.
He really should stop building X-Wings and start tagging. Because those X-Wings are just gonna die.
No, he's almost done with tech. He's at almost 7k credits. That tech will be rolling out any time.
Yeah, but I only saw him warping in more X-Wings on bot left. So.
Always be conscious of what you're doing on the map. If your enemy has a mine up, you need to be finding a way to attack it. Think in terms of money. Think about how much money is sitting here right now. That's something I like to refer to a lot. You have a 1700 Boba and a 2350 Acclimator. So you have over 4,000 in credits just kind of hovering the top in between objectives, no units around. That 4,000 credits creates a gap in map pressure. Because now Rebellion has something attacking your mine, attacking your objectives, and you have no pressure down here on them. Building this top right mine, I really like. As long as the Rebel player doesn't get vision on it, the station can't hit it. But maybe they're going to get vision on it right away. That'd not be great. Once again, Empire very quickly rebuilding their mine. That's good. But they have to kill this base mine. Okay. X-Wings do get vision on that mine. It is going to die. But at least Rebellion can't build it. Okay, we have an Acclimator coming in for the Empire base mine. We also have Han Solo coming in to duke it out with Boba. Man, I was really hoping that he was going to drop a charge on that Han's face when he warped in. Okay, we have a Tartan and an Acclimator clearing out this Rebellion base mine. This is looking like GG. I don't think we're going to be able to see any sort of comeback that can stop what's happening right now. That middle mine will fall, but it's not going to matter.
Han also seems to lose the fight against Boba.
That's interesting. That shouldn't happen.
Just keeps on warping back in units.
Rebellion lost their mine upgrade. Wow. Is he going to be able to get the Han off the map? Wow, we saw Han hiding in the lower bracket of the minors.
He's coming back?
You know what? The fact that I saw Han go off the map in the minors makes me happy. Yeah, I think we're seeing good things from these players.
On a Geo game.
Okay. Well, we're going to have to pick a different map besides Geo or Endor, so what do you think it's going to be? My money, personally, Polis. Was Polis banned? I forget. It was Dantooine. It was Coruscant. What was the first ban?
Naboo?
Oh, I think it was Naboo. Yeah, you're right.
I think it was Naboo.
Show me a Polis game.
What maps do we have left?
We have Polis, we have Kessel, Bothan. That's it. Polis,
I really
Kessel,
hope for a Kessel game. A Kessel game could be exciting.
I do not want a Bothan. Please, spare me the lag.
I also don't want to do a Bothan. I prefer a Kessel game.
Imagine if they'd started with Bothan when you do back-to-back Bothans.
Not again.
Alright, Empire's just cleaning up at this point. Rebel is trying to do a last-ditch attempt to get some income. They're building their top right mine. But at this point, Empire nearing full pop cap. They have Acclimators on the field. They have lots of money coming in. They're attacking to 3. They
Shield generator at 0. And shield is
Nice.
gone.
Shields are down the base. Boba Fett's flying away. Empire's T-posing, building the base mine of the Rebellion player.
But the Rebel player cleared away all of the acclamators right now.
Yep, but they don't have much left to show for it. And again, this mine did finish in the top right, but I mean, look at that.
It's not gonna be enough to deal with 4 mines.
Yeah.
Especially defending without shield. And so many bombers and a boba.
Oh, more acclamators. Maybe he wasn't attacking. I thought he was. Yep, because there's 2 bombers from the acclamators doing their work on the station. Kudos to him for using his bombers correctly.
One nebula down, and a second.
Good. Good. Bombers should always hit the turbo laser hardpoints first. The turbo lasers are the only thing that the Nebulon have that are menacing. And, not that it matters, Nebulon's dead really quick. Okay, so will he concede or is he going to let a station blow up? Okay, so we are 2-2. We had double Geo, double Endor. What are we going to see next? Okay, for the final map here, Static has the pick. Only 3 maps left are Polis, Kessel, and Bothan. I'd like to see Polis. Ron would like to see Kessel. Neither one of us sees Bothan. We're probably going to see Bothan. Show me Polis. Yeah, I'll show you Polis.
Is this gonna be Carson's prediction night, or is it not? Will he pick Polos?
Hey! He's going to lose this game. And Commander Mason responding with Empire, right? Oh, E-Empire. Laney thinks that looking at how this went, it'll come down to low seed player Static having to play Rebels. Yeah, you picked it. I mean, you called it. Every game, it's been Empire, 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 Empire. So yeah.
Even could say the Rebel player improved over the game.
Did Masonator throw this map, though, is the question. He likes to do this double... Oh, is he learning from his mistakes? Is he listening to the stream while he's playing? Or is he waiting till game 5 to build his base mine?
Like I said, the Rebel player is improving over time.
I think Static has gotten much better over the games.
He's going back for the
I didn't
turret?
update the score. I gotta tab out really quick, just update the score. It's 2-2.
Oh, a missile turret, I like this.
This is looking like a pretty standard Polis start. You have the Empire building their top left and their base mine. You have Empire building 1 turret. Rebellion needs to be quicker. I don't know what it
He
is.
does not have the money yet.
Oh yes, I keep calling that one. He's had this problem. I feel like every game though of overspending, being on a mine but not having the money to build it. If he has X-wings in queue, you gotta cancel him. That mine, the quicker it goes up, the better. Because look, Empire has their mine already.
Yeah, he needs to pay more attention to the X-wings because they're just circling around the turret. Like
Empire
especially
has a lot of
this
TIE
one.
fighters here.
Yeah. Also, I think that squadron of X-wings already did like 2 full runs around the turret.
So you and I know, if this was a normal game between pro players, the game would be over at this point. A Rebellion without their X-wings have lost the game. But one thing that we don't see that these players doing is pushing their advantage. I don't think Mason is going to take his cloud of TIE fighters and go down south and pop that mine. I think what he's going to do is he's going to build all 3 turrets in mid, and I think he's going to build that mine, and I think he's just going to keep warping crap in here till he's Tech 2.
I mean, Mason, no, Static should stop warping in units to attack the turret. Because at this moment it just doesn't pay off.
I think Static keeps having this problem of not only that, but like when he's Rebellion, just overspending. That bottom left mine obviously wasn't the thing that made him this far behind, but it definitely doesn't help. And as I predicted, Empire's building all 3 turrets in mid, and they're building their mine.
He's setting them down.
And he's going down. That's good. Push your advantage. If you know you're ahead, and you know the Rebel player has no fighters, absolutely push that advantage. Rebel is choosing to build a missile turret in the middle here. If you're very far ahead, or if you want to keep like vision, I don't think it's a bad idea. But building all these turrets in the middle isn't getting you any income. It's not winning you any objectives. Did they both missile? Oh, he's going for all 3. It's a laser and a missile. So yeah, that's a lot of money.
He's not building the 3rd one. Okay, that's good.
Yep. Okay, Empire's gonna push their advantage and go knock out the mine. This is good.
Static is going for the top left mine, meanwhile.
But I don't think it's gonna matter. Empire is doing the right thing this game, and they're moving over to quickly eliminate the income. You go to the dark places on the map, and you kill the mines. That's how this game is played. These X-Wings are dogfighting. Okay, we have the Empire player coming in on the Rebel base mine.
Also building a missile turret.
More bombers coming in. That bomber should just start hitting the supply dock.
I like this.
This is much better. Much better for Mason. There is a lot of X-Wings up here, though. But the Empire player could use their double bombers to just honestly take out the shield generator and then bop the station. Oh yeah, he's going for the end right now. Yep, here we go. Ooh.
Empire also could build bottom left mine.
Okay, he doesn't need to worry about the shield generator now, I don't think. I don't know. Just, yeah, Empire could build that. I think he should build that. A lot of X-Wings. Static has the right idea now, but it's just too late. Yeah, he's just going to end the game. Kudos to you, Mason. This was a smart move. You really learned that you don't always need to tech up. If you have that much of a lead, end the game.
Will Static be able to defend it?
Nope,
though?
he will not. There's no way. We're already down to 4 hard points.
Yeah, this is way too fast.
There's 3 bombers.
If it does defend
There's 3 bombers and they weren't all hitting the same hard point, so that's good.
Yeah.
A lot of good things here.
Mason has 3 mines almost. Static doesn't have any.
This was a nice end, I gotta say. Kudos to these players. Did I miscount? Was there really 4 hard points left still? Okay, now there's 3.
Oh, it's 2.
Yeah. Kudos to these players. I think they improved a lot. Kudos to Mason. This kind of came out of nowhere. This is not how he's played the other games. The other games did a lot of sitting around, not pushing his lead. He pushed the lead this time. He's like, yeah, I can just end the game. And he did. And he has more bombers. Missile turret on missile turret action with overkill on the bombers. That's what we like to see.
Oh,
That Comrade is looking awfully sad.
And
there you have it. 3-2. That was my favorite game. I think of the evening, honestly. Let's get them in here and let's talk about this. Oh. Mason is not in voice. Let me ask him if he can. Hi, Static. Let me just ask Mason if he can get in voice. Okay, Mason be in voice in 1 second. As soon as I see him in a channel, I will drag him. Just waiting. Okay, he's in. Good games, guys. Good games.
Yeah, good game.
Yeah, I liked all of them. That last one, though, that was a good game.
That was.
Oh, glad you found them interesting. Yeah,
So-
very fun, very fun. Well played.
Well,
It was tough.
Yeah, I think we saw some good
Yeah.
games, and I don't think I didn't get the impression that we were planning on seeing 5 games. Did you guys think it was going to go to 5 games?
Honestly, when I realized that it was basically whoever had Empire was winning, I realized
Yes.
it was 5 games.
Yeah, I had the exact same thought. Yeah, I knew it was gonna come to this.
Yeah. Did? Oh no, it wasn't this game. I'm getting lost with all the games we've seen tonight. I know that Rebels did win Geonosis at some point, but it wasn't tonight. I mean, it wasn't this set. It was the games before you guys.
Yeah, it was.
Only Empire won tonight.
Yep. So going back through, and this has been a process. So the map bans we had Static Betting, Naboo, and Cuarson. Any thoughts behind those map bans?
I've just had bad streaks with Naboo and Coruscant, and for the most part, I just don't like, with Naboo, how the bases are so close. I really didn't like that, but I had to go with the close base at Kessel.
And then Dantooine banned from Mason, who didn't want to ban any maps.
Yeah, I don't know. I like to keep the options open just in case.
All right,
it really depends on my opponent.
So first map pick was Static picking Geonosis, following with the Empire pick. What did you guys think of? What did you think of Mason consistently picking the same map that you picked? What was your thoughts on that?
I just thought that, for one, he didn't know the maps pretty much at all. I mean, I don't really either. We just know the basic Geonosis.
Yeah, exactly. That's a pretty accurate assessment, actually.
Yeah.
I was just trying to remember off the top of my head the map names, and I'm like, oh.
Well, it makes for entertaining games to see the same map played twice by different factions, and I think we saw a lot of the same things and also some different things. One of the things that Realm and I critiqued a lot, if you go back through and watch the game, obviously we give a commentary. So there's a lot of things that we say. You'll hear us saying a lot of times there's a player. A lot of times it was the Rebel player who had the advantage. And all you have to do is just push that advantage. And that really culminated nicely in Game 5, where we saw Masonator do just that as Empire on Bullis. He had the advantage. He just kept going to the dark parts of the map, killing the mines. And he's like, nothing else to do. Let's just kill the station and end the game. It was nice. But I saw some nice things from Static, too. Lots of compliments through there. Obviously, some room for improvement, but I liked what I saw tonight. How about you, Realm?
Yeah, I also liked what I saw. But the 4 games you played before, the biggest issue I saw was that while you were on Tech 1, you were kind of in a stalemate and didn't do anything besides defending and staying where your mines are. Only once you've reached Tech 2, you kind of started attacking.
Yeah.
Which is kind of late because, I mean, you have like a big blob of X-Wing with like 6 to 8 squadrons, which can easily take out a mine. But you still just basically stood there and tacked up.
Yeah.
When it came to one of the games, I know that I was really
I
defending.
mean,
the
the most
because
important
I
thing.
knew I held the advantage.
I mean,
same.
you can also get the advantage by just pushing the enemy's base mine, because if
Yes.
the enemy doesn't have base mines, he doesn't have income.
Yeah.
And if he doesn't have income, he can buy units. And if he can't buy units, he can defend.
Mm-hmm.
And then you win.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I know. Watching the pros, that I have to get into that mindset a lot more.
Yes.
The offensive mindset. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yes. So the game ended in a 3-2. Mason will be going on to play Gamma in the next round. Static, unfortunately, you're out of the tournament because this was your second loss. But I really hope that you stick around in the community and that you continue to play games with us. I think that there's a lot of potential for you to get better, and I just personally think the game's fun. I think the people around here are fun, and I really just hope to see you around.
Yeah, I plan on sticking around. I mean, I just need to start actually engaging with the community.
Yeah.
Well, there's always people in voice.
Yeah.
I know your time zone, both of you are west of me, so like if you're ever around in your morning time or afternoon time, I know that Laney and Rex and a bunch of the other Germans are on quite frequently in your mornings and afternoons. But if not, in the evenings, I know Ormy's usually around. There's a bunch of people around. Just hop in voice whenever people play with you.
I mean, you also see the TTM ping. Then
Yeah, it does seem like a good community. I'll definitely stick around as well.
Definitely, definitely.
That's
a
good.
community.
Good to hear. And there's always tournaments. After this one, our next big focus will obviously be FOC with the FOC patch to get FOC TEM going. And FOC, I'm assuming, is what you guys have probably played more of compared to EAW. Yeah?
I mean,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, so expect
Mostly
tournaments
I
on
watch
FOC
them,
in the near future.
Oh, nice. That does sound interesting.
I don't even want to deal with the Zon consortium unless you can patch the crap out of that.
Yeah. Anyways, Rum and I have been streaming for nearly 2.5 hours, so we're going to wrap this up. Good games to you guys, well, both. Any closing thoughts from you guys before we go?
I did not expect that last rush on my base.
Neither did I. I literally said on stream, I said to Rum, I said, Masonator could win the game right now, but he's going to build all 3 turrets and sit on his mine instead of going down. And he built all 3 turrets. I'm like, here we go. He's building his turrets. And then he went down. I was like, oh, nani?
Yeah, actually, the reason why is I watched actually some. I think I actually watched Realm playing that exact map, or maybe it was. I watched a stream on that map a while back. So I just imitated there, literally.
Good. That's how you
I
learn.
mean, that's good if you learn from someone from your own group.
Yeah.
I like that.
Anyways.
Yes. Well, have a good day then.
Yeah. Any
See
thoughts,
y'all.
Static, before we go?
It's just way fun, and I wish I could continue on, but hey, maybe next time.
Yep. All right. Well, GG.
Yes, it was a good game though. He really gave me. I was if I had most likely would have won if you had the other seed.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it just came down to. I think we're pretty even actually.
Yeah,
I'd say.
Yep, and that's at lower skill levels. It does come out of Empire is easier, but as you get better at the game, and especially maybe watching the commentary, you'll see that as Rebellion, if you just push your lead, a lot of times a lot of the maps are just a little bit better for Rebels.
Yeah.
Oh, of course. Yeah, no, I know. Rebels. Yeah, Rebels are definitely harder, but you can. I'd say there's probably a higher skill ceiling.
Oh, much higher. Yep.
Yeah.
For sure.
Anyways, GG's, gentlemen, and have a great night. We are